Hello everybody, QuayLaFay here. Today we're going to be delivering some Peterbilts, hopefully. Yeah, it needs to be delivered tomorrow late afternoon in game. We're actually already there. So I'm gonna try to, yeah. So I actually just drove down this road and I wish I was recording, because I was able to perfectly catch every single light as it turned yellow, but I made it. So yeah, it's almost $4 a mile, so that's gonna be good. There's just one little issue. Next rest stop in 0 minutes. So I'm gonna do is drive. I'm gonna pick up the trail, but I'm gonna just sleep here, and then I'm gonna make the drive over to where I need to go. I probably didn't give myself much time to see where I'm actually going for when I open up the video to title this episode to see exactly what I'm doing. But that's okay. And so now that I'm here, I shall pull off before I fall asleep. I just kind of want to record audio for the heavier, because this is gonna be a pretty heavy load. I don't think I towed one of these with the Peterbilt. Okay, we're gonna first I'll see if I need more service. I did kind of have a little bit of a crash. A little bit of a fender bender. Everything's okay. Nothing broke. I lost $160 doing one of the repairs, but it is what it is. Wish I had happened, but I didn't get charged for an accident because while I was aggressively driving, I didn't cause I kind of caused the accident, but the other car turned into me. Alright, can I please sleep here? I beg, please. They're gonna make me back up more. I know, I'm tired. That's why I'm trying to rest. Bad idea to pull in like this. Alright. We're gonna have to readdress this because they hate us. Hey, right here, okay, cool. Let's actually just reattach. Right here. Oh, so now that I don't have the trailer, you're not gonna let me... Now that I have the trailer, you're not gonna let me just sleep? Interesting. Press the following key to... How much time do I have? Yeah, I have 24 hours, so... Okay. Oh, no I don't. Actually, I meant to do this. I actually meant to do that, and then this. Alright. It's fine, we'll get the air back. But you're not gonna let me drive until... Please? I beg you. Please? Gain some air. I'm gonna make sure we're not broken. Because I see we're not building any air. Which is... Hey, we're building air! Okay, cool. Very slowly. parts. Oh, that's a problem. Let's not touch it. It's struggling. But yeah, I've noticed, oh, how are we 5 minutes in? Okay. Come on. Very slowly. Very slowly. Come on. You're almost there. You're almost out of the red. Come on. You're right there. Alright. Let's hook up. Alright. And we are off. Yep, we're off. So I've noticed that, so I've done the first couple trips with this new truck, and I've noticed a couple things. Would I recommend buying a used truck? I think I would. You have to find the right used vehicle. But you can buy a used truck for, I think, a little bit. I can't say too much though, because I've only done a couple jobs in this, and this is the highest mileage truck I've ever owned in this game. And in Euro Truck Simulator too. No pun intended. Yeah, I've noticed a couple things. That's a new. The air pressure's a new one. Maybe I'm just gonna stop leaving the emergency brake on. I can't tell if the light's green. It is. It is. Oh, duds. Line's over there. We're not gonna make it anymore. Nope. But air pressure. I've noticed the transmission grinding sometimes. And like some shifts are just not smooth. You could tell the transmission wear from that. And sometimes if you take a turn a weird way, you'll feel like even on a smooth surface, you'll feel the suspension collapse, just grinding. Or like, that's not how that works, but like maybe wheel bearings and stuff. So like you can tell like SCS has done a good job like simulating kind of like wear and tear, and like kind of like the smaller things like that. Except it's just kind of much more difficult to repair because instead of the individual parts, it's the entire. It's like entire things need to be like entire parts and systems and things need to like the entire part needs to be replaced, like the whole drivetrain or whatever. Unless like some repairs are okay. But yeah, I do like this truck. I think I can take this. Don't attack me. Yeah, we're gonna see how this truck handles a heavier load. I don't think I've had a loan payment yet. That'll be fun when that starts. That should be starting today. Accelerate with this load. This is accelerating like the Peterbilt with a normal amount of weight. I really didn't need to go into this lane. But we are accelerating. Now I like the transmission grounding stuff. I do think it'll make it to 500,000, but I think we should probably, this truck isn't gonna look much past that. Thankfully, this truck was such a good deal and such like a good find that like I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm not gonna get rid of this thing until something serious happens to it. Hopefully not any accidents like what I had. Like, ooh, that could have been a big fine. Yeah, like if the transmission, I think, like I always say in life with my car, I think what's gonna kill this truck is gonna be the transmission failing. And like you heard, like when I was hooking up and stuff, you heard or when I was driving to At least the service part of the dealership. You could probably, I think you heard the transmission grind then. As did I. This is really struggling here. And also, when I was driving, I realized something that, because this truck has a 10-speed. And that means, because it's a base truck, what that means is when I get out of California and speed up to 75, and I'll be doing those speeds to like get better time, I will get pretty bad fuel economy because I'll be revving the engine all the way out, or I might not be able to hit 75, and I might just have to play like as real. I guess I should be playing as realistic as possible, just going like 62 or something, or like 65, and not any faster than that, or maybe even just hold it at 60 or 55. But that'll be similar to as like the Peterbilt. Well, at least I think I should still make a decent amount of money because the Peterbilt was definitely in the more mountainous areas, struggling to maintain 50, even like 50. And I was getting like 4 miles to the gallon. With a lot of areas, I was surprised at how well the truck did, but this one just does better. And it's a newer truck. The old one was a 1949. The mod was a 1949. This is a 2014. So there's going to be a bit of difference, of course. I do like this truck more. I have to remember I need gas. So I have 300 miles left. Oh yeah, I almost have enough gas to get there, but we're gonna have to find a filling station up there. That's some preferably right off the highway, like where I'm almost at, but I'm gonna wait a bit longer, I guess. I'll go here. 256, that's cutting it a little close, but that's way off the highway, so whatever, I guess I'll get gas here. It's pretty close, so. $36 miles? You know what? We're going 55. Let's aim for here. When we pass by here, I'll assess my situation as far as gas goes, but I think I'll be okay. You know, I'm towing a trailer though. Like as in a much heavier trailer that the truck's gonna struggle with. Some hauling semis that I'd like to own, but I can't afford because realistic economy, a hardcore economy, with not being able to take out the loans. Oh no! Sorry, cars. So hopefully in a couple trips, I'll be able to pay off the big $5,000 loan. Maybe. Depends on how quickly I get money, or how quickly the loan goes down, because it's only a 28-day loan. I only have 28 days to pay it back, it's only $5,000, so. I say only $5,000, but $5,000 would be really nice. And then there's the $4, which really doesn't affect much. I could pay that back right now almost if it wasn't for the gas and trying to be safe with having some room for error for money, like if any more accidents happen or whatnot. However, the problem with the $2,500 loan, $4 a day loan, is 36% interest. Now the $5,000 one, I think, for now, for short term, will still hurt more, just because of how quickly it gets paid off with the interest. But $2,500 immediately after, and then after that, it's just gonna be, you'll just have to be saving as much cash as possible. If I can save, if I can, I don't think this, now that I drive the truck more and more, I'm not sure, I could be just being insane, I'm not quite sure if it'll get me to a bank account of $70,000. Or at least within a reasonable amount of time. Although, I mean, what can you do? But, anyway, I don't think the truck has as much life in that as that. Or maybe it does. It's a semi. I mean, the mileage is kind of up there. 470,000 miles. So not the highest. It's certainly not the lowest though. It's definitely near the. This truck is definitely near the end of its lifespan. Not quite over. But with more periods accruing, I don't know how reliable it's going to keep being. Maybe it'll get to 70,000. Maybe it won't. And then I could probably, by the time I can save $70,000, the truck will definitely be worth probably around 20 grand, I'd like to think. Well, this Jake brake does not do much until it can shift down, even though it doesn't shift down much. So then I'll leave you with about 90 grand. And then loans close to 100 grand. Which still isn't quite enough, so I would need this truck to save, build me a bank account of like 100,000, I think. And I could buy like a Peterbilt, like a Peterbilt 579. But that's not really a truck I want to get, just because I've driven that so much. It's a good, I should accelerate. It's a good truck, don't get me wrong. That thing, very cheap to use. Very, of course, brand new, very reliable. It's the cheapest truck you can buy. But I know they don't make that generation anymore. That just doesn't feel right to buy a brand new truck from the dealership, even though it's not quite new. Now, my excuse for I'll still create the excuse for the Peterbilt because those do get restored. I don't think they get driven like I would drive them. I definitely don't think that. But I mean, there are semis that can get restored. I definitely like the new ones, like the ones from the 90s I've seen actually like get restored and then they're driven by companies. Definitely, absolutely not the 40s though. That's like an antique. They did that just to give you a truck as cheap as possible. That was my excuse for that, but when it comes to like it being marketed as like the newest truck in the game, then I'm really hoping we see the next Peterbilt 579 in the game, or maybe the Kenworth W990. And we have the T680 now, and as of today, for everyone else, you can actually customize the new Kenworth T680 to like be like a more base truck like this is. I haven't been able to go into the dealership yet though to see if the old T680 is still there. I imagine not. I'd like to go check. I kind of hope it. I'm gonna cut off this first and think. Actually, maybe yeah. Oh! I didn't. Okay, I think that was my fault. No damage. No damage. Really? No damage. No, and my bank account wasn't hurt. Really? Huh. Okay. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I cut off my cruise control. No, we're learning. We're learning. We're learning. We are learning. We learn from our mistakes. And now I forget what I was talking. Oh, that's right. I haven't looked at it yet. I can just Google it too. If I'm now able to go to do so. I can actually literally just go into my mess around profiles, like to call the one where I just experiment, like different, or just like try to price out different trucks to like see if it's the spec I want before I build the truck in my actual profile. That's what I did with the, yeah, I've done that with several different. I think I did that. Yeah, I did that with the Peterbilt 350. I'll have to see if the old Kenner T680 is in there. I don't think it is because now there's a fleet option for the new T680. Like, of course, that old one, I don't think I'm pretty sure they don't make that anymore. Of course they wouldn't. Yeah, I do want a Kenner T680 now that it's much more accessible to me. I definitely want to buy that. I don't know how expensive it is though, because I was only able to, in this profile, I was only able to explore it with the truck catalog. And that's how I was able to see like different ways to spec it out and such. Now that's fully in the game. Yeah, I'll do that for that. Maybe my main truck. Once I can, maybe I might move and do a Peterbilt 579 for a little while, just to get me. Just to save up a little bit extra cash, just in case this one doesn't last. And then Kenner T680, and then I'll just drive from there. I'll be happy though if like this truck gets me past level 10. I'll be happy about that. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Probably. Or then again, probably not. So we have 198 miles left, and we have, oh, cool, we have 156 miles left to drive, and 190, okay, cool, you know what, alright, so that's not going to be a problem. We might not even stop there, we might just deliver and then get gas here immediately after, because I'm going to have to, imagine I'm going to have to sleep, right? No, I'm not going to have to sleep. This isn't, I have to remember, this isn't Euro Truck Simulator 2 and you can't drive for 14 hours. That, for me, that makes a difference. Just I'm so used to that system. Though now all the videos, like, yeah, they're heavily pre-recorded. But both series are like pretty in sync with each other now. Yeah, I got Euro Truck caught up to this. But I kind of enjoy playing American Truck Simulator more. I think it's entirely because of